sexy. And when I mean sexy, if I can be frank for a second, 'cause I like to be frank, and if I could be frank, you guys are sexy bastards. What's up? How you doing? I understand we missed a week. Turbo, where the fuck were you? Turbo, well, hello? You started a new podcast. You already missed a week, guys. It was out of my control. I am so sorry. I apologize. The cable was out. The internet kaput. It was done. There was no Wi-Fi, no internet. I was working with nothing. I had a fucking hotspot on my iPhone. That's all I was working with for the past week. I apologize. Internet was out. It's back and running, though. We got it. We're going. And I want to apologize because I hate when, if you know my Twitter and Instagram, I'm always vocal. And I always tell you guys what's going on, if there's a little delay, okay? Because one time the editing software fucked up when Crazy Rabbit was on the show and the podcast was delayed like fucking 7 hours. I apologize, okay? But that last week wasn't my fault. I apologize. Life catches up on you, okay? Sometimes the bills get crazy. Internet, what are you gonna do? But we are going to make sure that this podcast, we're open, okay? We're open. We talk about what's going on and simply stay transparent, because what we actually get into, you saw the title. I mean, you saw the title. This podcast, we have the one and only Tim Hansen, my best friend, my lover, my father. He actually gave birth. His sperm produced this. How you doing? You know, Timothy, what can I say about Tim? He opened my horizons. He opened so many doors for me in terms of me and entertainment and getting certain opportunities in my life. Tim, I am forever in his debt. You always have that friend that always helps you out in life some way, somehow. That whenever you are in your lowest point, or you feel like nothing's going for you right now, or you feel like, there's nothing really getting me out of bed certain days, Tim Hansen was always that friend, especially within the past 2 years that I known him. He has been a person that has been that type of friend in your life that always would kind of notice, when certain things are going, wrong, or you're down, and he would always send you a DM or a tweet or make you feel good with a funny, message. But I just want to say he's the man, and I want to say that this podcast isn't like any podcast you've seen with Tim Hansen on any other channel, any other person's podcast, because it's always been with, me and Tim come from a background of gaming, and it always been that little fucking, what's new with this? And it's always been a gaming answer. Or what are you up to? And it's always been what he's been doing with his YouTube channel. We really got into Timothy Hansen this episode. We really got into, me, Turbo, Timothy Hansen having conversations in an intimate level, and I explained how we got to know we can have certain conversations like that, just me and him, when we were in Vegas and we were sharing a nice moment over some nice, we'll explain it on the podcast, guys. We talk a lot about the ganja in this podcast, but it's great because I wanted to target this episode for people that watch Tim Hansen but don't really know Tim Hansen, and the new content Tim Hansen is going to be producing in the future. I wanted to kind of crack down and get to the heart of that and what he's going to be showing himself as, and I wanted to do it in this podcast because he's going to be opening up a lot in his new content. I wanted to start that here on Professional Child. Ivy, did you just fucking fart? Ivy has a friend. We're not going to get to it now because I'm a little fucking mad. Jealous ain't the word. I bet you don't got a 12-inch cock. So, guys, I just wanted to say hello. I'm sorry about last week. It was out of my control once again. I will try to have a lot more backed up now in the system, so God forbid something happens like that next time, I could just have podcast ready on my laptop or whatever, and I can go to a Starbucks and upload a podcast. Guys, I love you so much. Click the like button, subscribe for a lot more episodes like this on the channel. Guys, let me tell you something. Comedy albums coming in the future. I got a whole other, thing I'm working on. Summer podcasts are going to be a thing, and the summer podcasts are going to be crazy, innovative, and just in general wacky. Yeah, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Here it is. Here is Professional Child with Tim Hansen. Here we go. You sexy bastards, listen, you know, when technology and Turbo meets, good things don't happen. You know, so we computer crashed and there was footage of that. This camera angle got me like, what? Oh, were you actually involved? And why are we both frozen now? Oh no. We talked about it before we started. We never really did a podcast, just you and me. It was all because when you were on our old podcast, me and Jack the Bus podcast, Jack the Bus was on. I'm trying to think. He was never like he was never not on when you were on. Am I correct? There was never you and me.
Right. It was either you, Johnny, and I, or you, Jack, and I, or you, Johnny, Jack, and I, or we would have Rabbit somewhere in there. Like, there's always a conglomerate of fucking one other person or multiple other people in this chat with us. So this is definitely the first time you and I have had a conversation face to face, like on a podcast like this.
Yes.
Just you and I. That's correct.
And Tim, guess what? I'm ready for it. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here, Tim. First and foremost, I want to say...
thank you for having me, first and foremost.
Tim.
It's your platform.
Are you mad that I had Rabbit on before you? Are you mad about that?
I'm a little jealous. I'm a little fucking annoyed with you, honestly, dude.
Annoyed?
No, but hey, that's a good segue. I wanted to just throw that out there real quick that I'm going to be co-hosting his podcast pretty soon.
There you go.
The Rabbit podcast.
And can I just be quite honest? And can I tell you what I'm upset about? I'm upset he didn't really ask me.
Well, we got to change that. Why we got to go to his house and force him to fucking change his mind.
Why couldn't he say to you, you know what? Let's get Turbo in here because it's not raunchy enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you and Rabbit's personalities are more similar than my personality is to you or him. You know what I mean? You two are more similar than you probably realize. I think the audience would agree.
No, but Tim, we got the last time before my Microsoft, Bill Gates, fucking Steve Jobs thing crashed. I asked you, how are you doing after marriage? You know, you and Lisa's beautiful wedding I was a part of with the bald man, Crazy Rabbit. And I gotta say once again, thank you so much for having me a part of the wedding. It was amazing. I fucking loved it. And I just anything different? Anything, you know, you feel different after being a married man?
No, I don't feel different, and I don't think she feels different, but there is certainly like a different like sort of broader sense of togetherness, I guess. You know, just like when you're married, that's a band. You know, you got an official band of love, and that's certainly. So I would say in general, yes, but like there's not a specific thing I could point out and be like, this is different or this is different. We still treat each other the exact same way. We still have 2 kids.
Yes. I don't
that part's not going to change.
I don't think that would change.
So yeah, no, it's the same exact sort of dynamic, but just with a broader sense of togetherness. So that's the best way I could probably put it.
Beautiful.
Get the fuck out of here. My dog's in the background, folks. Sorry.
Don't give him a fucking Twitch stream on where you fucking chuck your dog at a wall. Don't do that. Don't do that.
She's too heavy for that. I can't throw her at the wall.
Don't touch your dog when we're recording because they'll get you for fucking PETA and PETA. No, don't do it. Don't.
Yeah, I remember that. What was her name? Validity or whatever?
I don't even know, but matter of fact, I'm going to bleep what you just said to your dog. Don't curse. Either your dog, don't curse. Hey, dog, don't curse. Okay.
Are we allowed to swear in this podcast?
Tim, by the time we were recording this, you released, well, first of all, I watched that video because before I joined the call, when you and Rabbit were recording a gameplay video and I was joining it, the day before was the Super Bowl. No, 2 days before that was the Super Bowl, and I remember you asking me, and I'm also happy that you only asked me because you were drunk. Thank you for revealing that. Thank you.
I'm confused. What? What did I reveal?
You revealed that the only reason why you asked me to come join is because you were drunk.
It isn't like that, Turbo.
Hit the fucking song. Also, he didn't know who fucking Ivy the Uterus was. Like, he's not in the loop.
Oh, no, I know who that is now.
I didn't. No.
When you said that out loud, it took a minute for that to hit my brain and register. I know who you're talking about the stuffed animal uterus. Well, not stuffed animal. Stuffed uterus you have. I've seen it on Instagram.
He didn't say that. You're not an animal and you're not stuffed. Okay. Besides the fuck
stuffed with cotton and love and blood.
Yes. But Tim, so nothing. You don't feel? Is there like a new bond? Is there an energy bond that you feel with Lisa? Because first and foremost, before you guys were married, you were together and you were connected stronger than I feel like any couple I've witnessed in my fucking life. And I gotta say that because usually the relationships around me are typically like buy me Michael Kors for Christmas and I'll dump you in fucking March. Like that's how it usually goes around here. Is there a different do you feel like a static bond with you guys now?
Static meaning like physical, is static a good or a
physical? Like, do you feel? Is there a different type of energy?
Gotcha. I know what you're saying. She's my wife, man. So it feels way more like gratifying to say that. Like yes. She's my wife, not just my girlfriend or my fiance. I hate fiance more than girlfriend and wife because fiance is that confusing middle stage where you always forget to call them your fiance. You're either saying girlfriend or wife, or you just never get in the fiance thing, right?
Do you know?
And then it just feels way better for it to just be confirmed, and I am, and she is super happy about it, obviously. So,
do you know when I was little, every time I heard the word fiance, I just thought it was someone saying Beyonce. So I thought, everyone who said, "Oh, my fiance," I thought everyone was fucking married to Beyonce. I thought Beyonce was slinging ass all over the world. I thought she was fucking fiance to everyone. Honestly,
that is craziness. I literally thought the same exact thing. I fucking made a fool of myself. I was playing Guitar Hero with my friends in his basement long ago. This is how the story starts. It's a little out of pocket, but I was sitting there and we were picking a song. I'm sitting there on the drums.
Tim has a fucking Tim. I don't know what setting Tim has on his setup because every time I speak, Tim has me muted. You can even see it on videos. Every time I speak, I
had this really oddly specific memory of me being in this kid's basement playing Guitar Hero. And they all, I confused Beyonce with fiance, the two words. I don't know the context of the situation. Yeah. And then they all started laughing at me, and they thought they all called me a fucking idiot right to my face.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. Sorry, I mixed it up.
But Tim, you were like the first. You were the first person in my friend group, my friend circle, that really kinda. You grew up faster than anyone around me. Like I remember when you revealed, first of all, you revealed that you were hesitant of revealing that you were having a kid to me, and like when you were in a call with and I was like, I can understand because was there from what I'm saying because your friend group, I met most of your friends at your wedding. And they all seem cool, and they all fucking they're mad chill, and they seem like mad like respectable guys that have your back in your life. Was there any like friends though in your life that when you said you having a kid or you were getting married or whatever, they were like, "Whoa, Tim, whoa, you're so young." And how did you handle with that backlash from your friend group?
Great question. Yes, some of my very closest friends, and I'm talking the ones I grew up with on the same street as, like these friends. Most like 95% of people were just like, "Cool, awesome, you're young, but." Yeah. Everything else is going for you.
Supportive, yeah.
And then there were the 5%, and then one of my friends, I won't name names because that's a little fucked, but one of my friends was like not insinuating abortion, but was like all but saying you should not go through with it.
Just sending all the opposite vibes of just
like all but saying like, dude, get an abortion, basically. Like he didn't flat out say it, but I got that total impression, and I didn't care for that, but he now realizes that I'm a very capable fucking person, and so is Lisa, and we have a beautiful thing going. Mm-hmm. And so that was really disheartening, definitely, to see, like just picking out the weeds, just one or two of these fucking people that'll just give you some sort of weird reaction.
People who you think care about you and automatically would want the best for you. Just
yeah, exactly.
I hate. Listen, I had to deal with that in like the past couple of years with friends where you thought you had friends that want the best for you, and then everything you just tell them or throw at them that you got going for you, they immediately throw walls up at you. So you have to blockades. You have to like get around or explain yourself more.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Tiring.
Yeah, just kind of like. In my case, he's a supportive friend. I won't call him an unsupportive friend, but he definitely wasn't as supportive as he should have been. And we don't have to talk about your friend's situation because you already told me a lot about that, so I already know a little bit about that and how that went down. And it's shitty to think you have some people behind you, and then just when you know, what's that fucking game where you fall backwards and they're supposed to catch you, and if they don't, you just fucking hit the ground hard.
Yeah, the trust fall.
Trust fall.
Yeah,
it's like when you're playing the trust fall, and then you think you have that one friend who's about to catch you.
I'm just saying the reason. Now I'm gonna ask this question. Now if it's Rabbit and me, and you're falling back, okay? Now you may think Rabbit because he fucking lifts and shit, and the fucking proteins, and the fucking Planet Fitness dreams. Let's say, but there's gonna be lube on his hands. Didn't think of that.
Who's to say that there won't be lube in your hands?
Oh, now, Tim, you're frozen. you made me fucking almost pass out thinking my thing froze again, but it didn't. It was only you this time. But that freeze frame is amazing. Like, it is honestly on point. I love how that's frozen.
Can you hear me? Am I frozen, but you can hear me?
I can hear you, but your webcam has you orgasming right now. I can think and picture that freeze frame was what Tim was feeling when he was having the orgasm at Vegas, when he was shooting his load on Rabbit's head, and I was the fucking sham wow cleaning it up. That was the scenario. I can't wait till you see the freeze frame. It's on now.
Should I just leave and come right back? Is that going to work?
I think you can try that. I think you can if you want to do that. Now I look like Cyclops. And 3, 2, 1, I think you're back. You are wonderful. You are smooth, and you are wonderful, like always, Tim. You are beautiful. Do you understand?
You're beautiful.
Do you understand you have a beautiful aura? Yeah, your aura is like on point.
It's kind of dark, actually. I think you have a better vibe going on.
When we were in Vegas, I think that's when you and me were like, and we mentioned this before the podcast. Like, this is why I think we get some good topics, because you and me we found out at Vegas that you and me, besides kind of quote unquote the DMs I get that I look like you and you look like my older brother, whatever, with the fucking blonde hair, whatever those DMs may be. Besides that, we are very similar in terms of people mentally, and just the way I feel like we think and
similar
we live
personalities
life.
To some degree. Yes, I agree.
We learned that in Vegas, and I want to get to another topic later on that gets into that heavy. But when I was talking before about, you know, like kind of those like struggles you had within your personal life with the life you have now, is I wanted to bring that up because one, I envy you for that. I really do. I envy your life, and I envy the person you are, because I feel like I'm a person that can't even take care of myself. So for a kid that can has 2 kids in a relationship that's healthy and got it going on, I envy you for that. And I just want to know, what was the biggest struggle? Because we, of course, we're your friends and stuff, but that was, of course, before everything. But now you had the kids. Now you are married. Now it's all said and done. You are now in it. What has been the biggest struggle for you personally within working on YouTube and keeping it going now, that you didn't think would be a struggle beforehand?
Yeah, that's, first of all.
No, I think time, because I remember we having a conversation like, oh no, yeah, of course, time, they're kids, of course, the time's gonna be changing.
Yeah.
So besides because we all know sleep is a no-go when the kids come in and like.
Yeah. Yeah. So on top of the sleep deprivation and all of the things that just go along with having kids in general. Yeah. One of the hardest parts I've noticed is, and this isn't to say that we are struggling, because we're not at all, because we just talked about this. Lisa and I are doing really as good as we've ever been, but maintaining a healthy relationship is one of the more underrated, undiscussed things about having, especially multiple children, because when you're worrying about so many other people, I mean, I wake up and I don't think about myself for hours. I mean, I don't think about myself. I'm thinking about getting both of them their food and taking the dog out immediately before she pisses everywhere.
That's why I say I envy you, because, dude, if I sleep over at my sister's house for a week or something with my nephew Cash, and if my nephew Cash comes over to sleep over for a weekend, dude, I'm shot after fucking 2 days. I'm out, and that's one kid, and I love Cash to death. He's you could, Tim, you know the feeling. You love your kids to death, but sometimes you want to punt them out of the fucking window. Like, bro,
gotcha, yeah.
Come on. Like, I remember Cash, we were playing whatever, he was Black Panther at one point this past week, and we were fighting, and he kept kicking me in the fucking asshole, like the ass crack. Like, he kept getting the perfect spot, kicking my asshole, and I was like, Cashy, stop kicking me. And And then like after like 5 or 10 kicks and I started shitting blood, I was like, yo, Cash, get out of here. Dude, I mean, that's why when I swear to God, I came back from the wedding, I said, Dominique, my sister, I said, Tim's kids compared to Cashy, they're fucking like, they're Zen compared to fucking Cash. Cash is a fucking tornado. I mean,
Cash is a toddler though. Toddlers are a nightmare.
Well, yeah, he's 3 years old. And let's just say 3 years old and has broken almost every piece of glass in my house. So there you go. He's a rambunctious little kid, but I love him to death, and he is slowly learning SpongeBob. Tim, you fucked me with this backdrop. He is learning Spider-Man slowly but surely because of me, so I'm happy about that.
That's awesome. That's all awesome, dude. I'm so glad that Cash is doing well.
I'm so sorry for cutting you off and going on my fucking rant.
We're here to talk together. This isn't all about me.
Well, I know, but I asked you a question. Your biggest struggle besides the sleep and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, is definitely maintaining a healthy relationship when you have multiple kids or just one. Because it's really, really, really easy to get fucking irritated at whatever. Her, the boys, the dog, myself. I can get irritated about anything, and it's really what the most challenging thing is remembering that you just need to like set aside all of the inevitable, irritation, frustration, all the bullshit that comes along with it.
Now, what is that?
You just gotta you gotta compartmentalize that and try to put that aside and just try your best to be calm and cool and collective and just deal with the situation, because it's really easy for a situation to just de-escalate and like for everyone to get all snappy,
And I think that leads into a perfect segue to my next topic I wanted to bring up with you, because I feel like us responsible men and someone who isn't, you, kind of branching out into your new content and me doing what I do as a comic. I think when we were talking in Vegas, how we found out that we had similar personalities, we were doing that over a lovely joint. We were smoking marijuana on the side of the Luxor Hotel, while we had other people come up to us being like, "Oh, you guys look like stoners. How you guys doing?" and trying to sell.
We got a number. We got a number from that dude.
We got a number. We got to connect in Vegas if we ever want to go back. But I say this openly and not scared that you wouldn't want to talk about this openly, because I remember going on your Instagram and your last post and you were openly with a fucking J. So I was like, my man Tim.
You should have seen the comments. Dude.
I love it though. I love it because, first of all, everyone who's watched the past 7 episodes of this podcast know this is the podcast where I start. I mean, this is my life now. Comedy. I'm a comic. Everything about me is on the show. I use marijuana and I smoke because I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety daily. I deal with depression daily. I deal with, first of all, I have a back as a fucking 90-year-old person because I'm living and God gave me a back of a 90-year-old. And but first and foremost, I will deny the fact that I just love weed. I don't have any other vice. I can't drink or I'll just die. And I just love weed because it helps me. It helps me get through the day-to-day nonsense and bullshit. And I wanted to say, has that been a help for you just in general, getting through day-to-day? Yes,
it has. It's also been kind of a curse in the same breath, though. It's been kind of like a double-edged sword. Because on one hand, the weed makes me super, it kind of... dissolves all anxiety for me. It really takes the edge off and makes me just not anxious. But the trade-off for that is I am just way foggier. My brain's way cloudier. I'm not as concise. I'm not as clear. I'm kind of like just like fog brain. I mean, you know how it is. I just feel like
of course, but
like I'm just up there and not thinking straight sometimes.
Of 110%. But I wanted to bring it up because it's it's happening within, because we come from a gaming background. It's happening within the gaming world, and it's happening within other industries that once looked upon weed as oh my god, he smokes. Oh my god, they're associated with weed. For example, Optic Hex, who shout out Optic. Congratulations, they just won a major yesterday, the first major for Call of Duty Vanguard, whatever. And I go and see that Hex is pretty much promoting his fucking weed company to the max with the Optic brand. He's starting a weed podcast with Eric Kahn as guest and other weed creators as guests.
Wow.
And it's really, really happy. I'm really happy that's happening, because I wish, and I can't wait till I get to the point where I could hopefully have a weed brand and make weed content. And in the summer, I want to start implementing weed content content within the podcast and hopefully a Patreon in the future to have weed content, because I am a huge advocate for it, but I just wanted to add it because you bring another aspect of responsible parent that smokes, because a lot of people have the typical fucking pothead person, pothead parent, that just don't get shit done, lazy piece of shit. Where you have where you have a whole career under your belt, and you have a whole fucking empire that you created just using your own brand and name. And what can they say now? And I think Joe Rogan started it years ago with his podcast advocating for it. I feel like a lot of the old podcasts, this started back in 2014, where weed started to get the recognition it deserved in a positive side. But and you said, you should have seen the comments. What did you mean by that? Did you get what I'm mentioning now of the, I
got very neutral comments. Like, people weren't pissy about it, and they weren't all like, oh my God, that's so cool. They were more or less just like, whoa, that's the thing he does. And that was, I guess I had not really revealed that much. Yeah. It's kind of one of those don't ask, don't tell things, I guess.
Yeah, but that's why I also kind of faded away and branched off to my new stuff when I did, because I couldn't deal. I knew I was at the point in my life, Tim, where I was like, I'm not hiding my shit no more. The person I am is who I am. Yeah. I'm not gonna be two different people on and off screen. That's just not who I am. So I'm
just harder that way too.
It's so much harder, and I feel like I gotta go to a psychiatrist every time I do a fucking video or live stream, because if I'm gonna be like this and hey guy, and then after I'm fucking smoking a J, or I'm going to the park smoking a bowl, and I would love to vlog it, or I would love to do stuff, but I'm like, I can't because I got a sponsorship. I'm not like that, and I know my family and my pockets wish I were, but I'm just not. I know.
Right, yeah. 100%, dude. Yeah, definitely. I think with weed, it's just... I'm going to be completely honest with you, dude. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do struggle with just trying to find that fine line. You know what I mean? I don't smoke that much. I don't. But at the same time, I probably should be smoking a little less. And yes, by the way, dude, there is literally a mute button, because you literally will, you cut out sometimes.
I told you. I know. And every time
I swear to God,
every time I used to joke about it when we used to record Last Man Standing, I was like, bro, every time I ask a question, no one answers me, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's okay. They're out against me.
I don't ignore people. I'm respectful.
Tim, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. People are blocking me on Twitter. People are fucking not calling me or doing things with me now, because I guess I'm fucking not doing corny shit. But I don't know, Tim. I see it.
You're good. You're good. You just keep cutting out your voice, but I can see you talking.
No, listen, I get invited to the wedding, then I'll get a text for his fucking next birthday, then I'll get a DM for the next fucking event. It's okay. It's slowly happening. It's okay.
I woke up in the middle of the night.
But I cannot also begin to tell you how awesome that fucking that smoke sesh was at Vegas, behind the fucking pyramid with the fucking ancient statue behind us, and we were just chiefing. Because I just, and even on stage in my comedy, I'm starting to write some weed bits, because first of all, a lot of funny stuff happened in my life when I first started smoking weed. I started to appreciate a lot more shit in life after I started smoking weed. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I didn't start smoking weed, I don't think I would be this much of a Queen fan than I am now today. I swear to God to you.
Really?
I swear to God to you. Because after I started smoking weed, I was heavy into music, because you get what I mean. If you're a weed smoker, music's gonna just be a fucking thing that sticks with you in life. And I started going down rabbit holes when I was stoned. And then I saw this. My friends start busting my balls, making fun of me, because everyone, Turbo just discovered Queen. It's 2018. Oh look, so they're busting my balls with the guys I'm discovering and the bands, and oh shit, they made this song. I didn't know Queen made another one, Bites the Dust. I swear to God, I didn't have a fucking clue. I didn't know. So, I just, where was I getting at this? I'm fucking sweating and I'm losing my mind. I don't know what happened. What am I saying? What? Alright. Okie doke. Okay. Nice. Alright. Time to take a fucking dump, alright? So, we have, talks about shitting before, but today I get serious. So when we shit, sometimes we do it when we need to, which is often in some people's colon help. When we shit, we sometimes tend to, let's say, have certain types of wipes. I mean, I never really thought of it that way, but then one time when I was in school and I was talking to my friend during lunchtime when we consumed food, we were talking and he was like, oh my god, don't you fucking, you know, like I told him I had diarrhea or something. I was like, yo, I got the diarrheas, I've been shitting water for the past month, I think I'm gonna quit Jenny Craig because I lost 15 pounds with diarrhea. And I remember he said, bro, isn't that the best when you have diarrhea because you get to wipe once and that's it. I get what you mean though. I understand what you mean. When you have diarrhea, it is probably like a 1 to 2 wiper because it's not a lot of thickness. It's like a watery substance. It's a liquid. So when you're wiping a liquid, there's not a lot, hello? It's a 1 wiper. I understood exactly what he meant. You should too. Now my ass is wet.
If nothing makes you happy, then maybe you have a bigger fish to fry.
No, did I say happy? I said fucking not. Like, dude, if you tell me a story, I'm like, oh shit, wow, okay, cool. But
you're flat. I get you. Okay. The weed that's kind of the opposite for me. Like when I'm totally sober, I'm like way more on my shit. But like when I'm high, I just get all like, I don't know. I just get like reserved. I just don't want to like talk that much. Yeah. I just get all in my own like head, and I'm one of those guys. Like I just think when I'm high, and I'm not much of a talker when I'm high, and I always lose my train of thought and whatnot.
That's why I do smoke. That's why I do.
Holy fuck! This door closed on its own completely. I think I'm actually fucking haunted, and my mic unplugged. Hello?
I don't think you're haunted. I think you're lonely. That's just my opinion. But
no, the fucking dog keeps walking in and out of the door and can't make up its goddamn mind as to where it wants to be. It literally cannot.
Yeah. Do you know when I was at the movie theaters, right, to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, there was a dog. Someone brought a fucking support dog, okay? Someone brought a support dog. They have anxiety, so they got to bring their poodle to watch Spider-Man. So they're bringing a dog in the theater, and as we get in the tickets, it starts barking, and we're like, it's not happening. It's not fucking happening. Someone get the blow darts. Someone get something. It's not happening. And we sit down. The dog starts barking still. We're like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on? Then the trailers, okay, Spider-Man starting to come on, New York City skyline. All of a sudden, and I'm like, okay, this ain't happening. Guy behind me, can you please shut this dog up now? Now I'm starting to sweat. Now I don't like the altercation. I don't like this. I'm like, oh no, what's happening?
Yep.
So now the lady behind me goes, sir, I am blind and the dog helps me know when action is being on screen. So now we're all like, oh no. Oh no, she has a fucking point. She's trying to fight with a case. She's trying to fight with an argument. Now we're like, oh no. So now we're like, is the dog gonna bark every time he shoots his web? Like, what's gonna fucking happen? What do you mean the dog barks every time action pops on screen? So then another lady comes with the fucking light, with, she works at theater with the lightsaber. Excuse me, ma'am. We're having a couple altercations. Can we please move you to another theater? She goes, I have a right. It's dark. I can't even see. I can't even walk to the next theater. What can I say? So now they pause the movie. Everyone's fucking screaming. So now the guy throws milk duds, a whole box of milk duds right at the blind lady. She starts fucking convulsing because it hit the back of her head. And
this is a real fucking thing that happened? All of this?
The popcorn's going all over the place. So then the dog was eating the popcorn. The milk duds got on the floor. The dogs can't eat fucking chocolate. So the dog eats the chocolate and the dog's fucking foaming blood. It's kind of like a green mucus. So when the dog's foaming from the mouth, we're all looking like, oh shit, dog's dead. Lady's blind with a fucking tumor in the back of her head. They take her out with a gurney, and Spider-Man comes up.
First of all, I don't care how the result of that ended because she deserved that shit. How fucking obnoxious is that, right? To bring a fucking dog into a movie theater. First of all, there's no scenario where that's okay. I don't care what kind of fucking indicator you need of action going on or not.
Yeah.
There's no fucking reason to bring a dog into a movie theater, number one. Number two.
No. Because honestly, if that story actually happened, I would have fucking been livid. Livid.
Oh, that story didn't happen.
You've been busted. Not a bit. But listen, I'm happy.
Why do you do these things to me,
happy you're married. I'm happy the marriage is going well, and I'm happy that you guys have a healthy relationship. Honestly.
Thanks, dude. Thanks so much. I got blue balled so hard right there. You have no idea. It's ready to go off.
Oh God. But listen, I mean, Tim. I just like. First of all, I mean, Tim. We have those friends that you love smoking with, and you were one of them. I loved it. You were a great smoking buddy. You really were, because I feel like we both could hang. You
as well, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I feel the exact same way.
Because we were waiting for a flight that we had to wait 10 hours for that day. So we were like, so Tim. What else?
Fucking day, dude.
What else can we fucking do? Really? What else are we going to do? So we fucking chiefed it for the 10 hours we were in the fucking pyramid. We were chiefing it for like fucking 10 hours. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tim, and I really mean it. I had the half-gram cart. You had the fucking pre-rolls. We smoked, 3 or 2 pre-rolls just outside together. I was chiefing on the half-gram pen. I smoked the half-gram in a day. And I was just sitting like this, beaming sweat, 100 degrees. We're fucking sitting out there. I think I have no shirt on. We're leaning against the fucking pyramid wall, and we're fucking leaning against the wall. Some guy's trying to sell us weed, and I'm just looking at you, and I'm like, we have 5 hours to go, and we don't know what the fuck to do.
That feeling.
And then I remember we get to the fucking Uber, and I'm fucking, dude, we're fucking walking around with our bags all day, stoned to the fucking gills. Shout out Joey Diaz, stoned to the gills. And I'm just like, Tim, what do we do? And you're like, well, I guess we can go to the food court. And we fucking sit at the food court for about an hour. But those are the stories I love, because that's what I mean by what I said before about being sober. That whole story, fucking sober. Are we having fun? Are we laughing about it now? Yeah, a little bit, but not as much as we were fucking high. Come on, Tim, you know what I mean?
Yeah, high, and a high fucking body temperature of, it's like, dude, in Vegas, it is constantly in the summertime, it is constantly 115 degrees outside with like max humidity. So it is constantly, it's like living in a terrarium. It's like you're literally in the desert.
My knees were sweating. My knees were sweating. I remember when we went out as a group, Carson, Rabbit, all of us went out in a group, and we were just walking, and I swear to God, my legs were dripping. I was like, this is not normal.
Yeah, after 10 minutes of walking, we were all just like, not all of us. I think you and I were like, nah. But Justin was like, let's keep fucking going. Let's walk 3 more hours.
Well, you and me were the smokers. I feel like we were smoking our lungs out. We were dehydrated. We were fucking, our bodies were fucking probably dry on the desert. You know what I'm saying? But no, I love you, Rabbit. I love you, Rabbit. I love Rabbit too. I love you, Tim. You know, Tim, because we had conversations at the end where we were just talking about life and how we both deal with anxiety, and we both, deal with fucking just thinking too much and being in our head. And, wrapping back to what we said in the close out this marijuana topic, that'll probably get me terminated on YouTube. I use it to get those thoughts to kind of quiet down for a bit when I smoke, because like when I wake up, I swear to God, I gotta do this today, I gotta do that today, I gotta do this today. I mean, all of that is overwhelming to me, and I start to get into a depression. I can't do that, I'm not good enough, and that's just how I'm fucking wired. Unfortunately, that's how I'm fucking wired as a person, to where I every time I fucking have a challenge or whatever ahead, I can tackle it, but it's always with me putting myself down, or fucking like a typical scenario when you're a kid, when you're worrying about something that doesn't even end up happening, and then you shouldn't have fucking put yourself through a panic attack, and you lost weight and sweat over nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when I started drinking when I was a kid, like when I was, the first couple parties and stuff like that, drinking never did it for me. That's why I had the typical quote I always say: turbo and alcohol does not mix, because it doesn't. And I swear to God, like, even if it's a drink I can drink, where it's like, oh, it's so fruity, I can't even taste the alcohol. The next day I'm fucking out. I'm fucking hungover. And when I started, when I discovered weed, that's when it kind of, I was like, whoa. I was like, this is what it fucking does to you. It makes me feel like a normal person. Okay. All right. So that's just that's how I got my relationship.
Yeah.
That's how I got my relationship with it.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people have a relationship with it. It's just a super good way to just relieve anxiety. And
that's why I'm surprised it's the opposite for you. You said it kind of gives you more fucking anxiety.
That's because I'm wired in a way where I don't know. I just like I inconsistently like flip on and off between Especially like, weed amplifies it. Like if I'm just, it's so hard to describe because this is like the first time I've ever openly talked about like, like my personal weed smoking with somebody else, other than my direct like IRL.
And to be very honest with you, I swear to God, I know I'm terrible. And I just fucking go right into it. If you don't want to talk about anything more, I can just fucking move on.
No, dude, I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's like a good opportunity to.
I need to say, okay, you're okay with it? No, okay, fine.
Yeah, no, let's move on to the next subject. This is fucking boring.
All right,
no, but dude, weed's been a. I'm glad it like it does the same thing to me as you're describing too. It makes me feel more normal. Yeah, essentially more human. But at the same time, in the same breath. Yeah. Like in specific days, especially if I smoke as much as I do now, which is like 3 bowls, I'll just smoke I'll face like 3 or 4 grams at once.
You're smoking a lot in your terms is 3 bowls a day.
Well, 3 bowls at once.
You also have other humans
2-3 times a day.
You also have other humans to take care of. I forget. I'm sorry. I forget that.
Yeah, I have a lot of other. Yeah, exactly. I mean.
So right now it's 3 bowls a day for you.
2 sessions a day on average, 3 bowls per sesh. So it's like 6 bowls a day now.
For me, I measure it off Pickle Rick's. So I have I have a Pickle Rick bowl. Okay, there's Pickle Rick. Okay. So I would probably say I'm around where you are too a little bit. So I don't say bowls, I say Pickle Ricks. So I'm 3 Pickle Ricks. I'm 3 Pickle Ricks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, we're on the same page there, but just occasionally I'll like get too high and start like getting all like paranoid and start fucking. I mean, it happens to everybody, but I get weird about it. Like I get all inside my head and I can't get out of my head for hours until like
I'm on
go
the
to sleep. Honestly,
no, you're 100% correct because I'm on the verge of a tolerance break. I feel it. We as weed smokers, we feel it coming. We feel a tolerance break coming when we know we've been smoking a lot. And I've been going through like 8s like nothing. So I definitely gotta take a tolerance break because also don't forget Pete Davidson's movie King of Staten Island says it perfectly when he's hanging out in the basement of his friend. He goes, "Guys, do we even get high anymore? do we? I feel like sometimes we just smoke and smoke. Like, well, listen, I am never afraid to say it. That's why, I mean, I don't want to talk about this for a while because I have a couple more things I want to talk about with you. But I remember always being a kid when I first started smoking, which was around like 18 years old, the summer after senior year. So like the summer going into college, I started smoking. And I remember never keeping it a secret. I remember always growing up, like weed was like heroin, like everyone who does, my mom, of course, my mom and dad making it to seem like, oh, he smokes weed, he's a pothead, blah blah, and making me look at that person differently when no, like totally wrong. And I remember when I first started smoking and I first of all discovered that, oh shit, it makes me a better person and it kind of relieves me from all the fucking mental shit that I go through. And I remember when my mom, I was showing her pictures of my after prom actually, and I was like, okay, yeah, we went here, this is me with Vinny or whatever, and then boom, next picture, it's me with a fucking, and I'm fucking with a drink, and then she's like, oh my God, she goes, you're smoking weed? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Ma,
yes, bitch.
I'm like, Ma, when you see a spoon and a needle in my room, thank God no. I'm like, when you see a needle, that's when you get scared. I'm like, Ma, it's fucking weed, okay? I'm like, let's be calm. I'm like, you want to tell me stories of you growing up? Okay, goodbye. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember being a kid where I never wanted to keep it a secret because I knew deep down being a kid. I knew deep down like this ain't fucking nothing. Like people, I mean, I'm happy now. Not a lot of people are looking at it as a fucking heroin drug, but even though it's still classified as a heroin class fucking extent drug, but
thank God it's becoming more mainstream.
Yeah, but
because it's just fucking exactly like you described it.
That's why I try to talk about it, and that's why I'm happy I talk about it with people like you and people who I know came from the same background as me, because the audience that usually gets attracted to people like us are usually PG-13, ooh-ee-ah type people that, oh, I'll unsubscribe if my mom hears you say, I'm done with it. And I just wanted to fucking be me, and that's who I am. And people on fucking YouTube are showing fucking pussies for advertisements. So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk how I want to talk. That's funny how you're on YouTube now and you see a fucking stripper on an advertisement like, hey, what's up? But you
literally fully nude.
But you say fuck and they take away your channel. Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm so glad that it's becoming obviously more mainstream because of all of these just so heinously flawed, you know, just it's frankly propaganda in a way. Yeah. You know, like it's I don't know what it is, like I guess it were the so it started with hemp. That's how it began. And then what was it, the paper companies?
Oh, you're going like history. I can't with that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I was anyway, yeah, we won't go too far into the history of it, but obviously it's becoming a lot more mainstream, more widely accepted amongst.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of disregard. Ivy, do you know the start of marijuana? Because we have to ask her about it. Okay, I mean, she's kind of talking. Ivy, that's not nice. That he doesn't smell. But we're just gonna. It's okay. No, she's fine. She loves you.
Bitch.
Whoa, hey, that's my foot. Don't fuck it. That's my girl. Okay.
No, she fucking came at me first, dog. Don't give me that look. Don't look at me sideways.
I'll stab you in your taint. You know, Tim, when are you starting with your new content? I feel like you've been all talk. I feel like you're trying to stay in that safety pocket of zombies a little bit now. Where's your new content? Where's your new content? When can I start supporting again? Come on.
So I have 3 more videos to wrap up with my series. 3 more videos to make with like a couple of miscellaneous ones here and there in the meantime while I work on those. So that's all I got for my Tim Hansen channel. And then you're making a
whole different channel?
Yeah, that's the plan.
You're making a whole different channel.
I mean, I could continue on with my current one, but the way I see it this way, my current channel is a little bit as glorious as it looks from the outside. It is kind of at a dead end spot. It's kind of at the end of the road here because all of the subscribers obviously came for zombies content. That's number one. That's the most obvious part.
Yes.
So they're not so naturally that fan base, that viewership is just not going to translate into my new content, regardless of how much people love me. Maybe I'll see a 5 to 10% carryover.
And have you explained it, like talked in fully what that new content's going to be? Like, what is it?
It's gonna it's gonna be general commentary. It's gonna be, I mean, I still got a little bit of searching to do with ultimately what I want to do with my life, but it's gonna be commentary. What I'm positive about is that commentary is my thing. My voice is my strength. That's my it's not my gift. I don't think I have a gift, but I think I have a strength, and it's definitely my voice.
We'll have a gift. It's between your legs. But, you know.
So that's my plan. I plan on doing just general commentary as of now. I was going to do sports. I was going to get into the whole sports world until I realized how horribly toxic that is, even more so than video games.
I was thinking, I swear to God, you don't think, I love fucking Inside the NBA with Ernie Johnson and shit, and I love fucking sports broadcasters. I love all that shit. I always say, God forbid, whatever, let's say comedy falls on the planet of the earth, I would do that. I would get into sport broadcasting or anything like that, yeah.
I'm just afraid that I would look like an idiot doing sports broadcasting because I could learn a lot about these sports and therefore know everything I need to know. But there's almost this underlying sort of, I will never fully know as much as, like, for example, if an ex-professional athlete were to take on one of those jobs, like I watch Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. I love that. They're one of my favorite shows, dude.
Oh, okay.
And so Skip is like this guy who's like never played sports before, I'm pretty sure, and it's just like this journalist. He knows everything he needs to know, and he's been doing it forever. But the problem is he's not an ex-athlete. He hasn't been around the game. Like if Shannon Sharp is in the Hall of Fame for football, so when he talks about football, people take what he says way more seriously about football than the average Joe.
So you would be known as what they call the color commentator. You're the color commentator. You're the guy that adds that fucking, not the comedic, but also that everybody's opinion type of person. Like for example, Stephen A. Smith and me having a conversation. Stephen A., I don't think played professional anything, you know what I'm saying? Stephen A. was a sports writer, so you could be a sports writer and you can add your Stephen A. like he's trash, he's dog shit, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, definitely, yeah. There's that angle I could take for sure. Yeah. And hey, I've actually gotten an offer from Greg FBS to do a Boston sports podcast.
Do it.
I know a lot about Boston sports, not about hockey though. I don't follow. See, that's the other thing. I only follow like football and basketball at this point. I don't really watch any other sports.
I would be bad with hockey. I do not know hockey.
Yeah.
I do not know hockey. I do not know soccer. Soccer, bro, let me tell you something. My friends tried getting me involved in soccer in school. They tried making me do the fucking soccer fucking teams. I just don't know how to run. I don't have I smoke weed, so I don't have the lungs. Look, I know baseball, football, basketball, golf. I know I can bullshit my way around tennis. I can, water polo, I'm there. So I think I'm good in those sports.
I could talk about football and basketball, and I played soccer pretty much my entire life up to freshman year of high school.
That's what we all need to do, because I want to plan a vacation with all of us, because every time we've been with each other, it's been for work or like an event, like your wedding or whatever. So we really didn't have like a vacation gathering before. Mm-hmm. So I told Rabbit, even so we whenever save money, if we do something in Florida so we can save money having home base be at Rabbit's house, I'll sleep in the pool, you sleep in the cabin, you know what I'm saying? So like we'll do that, we'll stay at Rabbit's, and let's just do something fun together. I really want to. So that's what we should do. We should go golfing together, dude. We should fucking go golfing on a course.
Yeah.
I would love to see.
You don't drink booze. I was gonna say we should get shit faced.
No,
I don't.
I'll bring 5 joints. I'll bring 18 joints, a joint a hole. Okay. We'll do a challenge. And
wow, that's a challenge. That is the challenge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's no other challenge.
So we'll do that. And to be completely honest with you, I would be so down to see how you hit a golf ball. I seen Rabbit hit a golf ball before. I don't think I've seen you.
I haven't played in almost a year now, as of now, because I got into it, but then Olin was born, so then I kind of had to get back out of it to like make time for that. So that entire summer that Olin was born, at least the latter half of it, I wasn't playing any golf whatsoever, and then winter rolled around, and then I haven't played since. So I need to knock the old rust off. But yeah, dude, we should definitely go to Florida if we're gonna go anywhere, because it's way better there than up here.
Well, first of all, that's what I was gonna say. Also, the sports thing is, I feel like that's all you guys got in Boston. After making that little trip to Massachusetts, I learned that all you got is trees, fast food, an airport, and your sports fucking locations.
You went to West Brookfield. You went to like the western part of Mass.
Timothy Hansen. First of all, everything was great, better than the fucking ZWC booking. Tim Hansen though booked me in a hotel an hour and 10 minutes away from the airport, which I got to see the Boston Celtics fucking facility. I got to see that's why actually thank you. That's why you booked me there, because you made me see the experience of Boston on the drive. You made me do that. I saw Fenway Park where they fucking play baseball. I saw the Boston Celtics fucking facility. I was thankful.
City roads.
I was
all
thankful.
of it.
I was thankful. But what do you mean that there's nothing there? Because that's what I mean. There's nothing there besides sports and fucking stores. I mean,
Yeah. So in the eastern side of Mass, kind of like where I'm at, there's a little bit more. On the western side, it's all like hilly and mountains, and it's geographically kind of like no man's land out there. So it's like no one really wants to be in that half of Mass. That's
why fucking no Ubers wanted to come get me for my fucking
it's kind of like fucking nowhere. Like no one really wants to be on that part of Mass. I'm more northeast, so it's a little more tolerable.
Fucking I'm mad happy though, because what they do have in Massachusetts, which the closest to me is like 3 hours away drive. They have dispensaries, legal. That was the first time I ever bought weed from a legal dispensary, was when I landed in Boston.
Really?
Reading, yeah. So what happened was, I land, I get to my hotel, I get in the room, whatever, get myself sorted, and I'm like, all right, I got nothing, I gotta get weed. So I look up the closest dispensary. It is a minute away from the hotel. But now I'm from New York. I walk everywhere. It's fucking highway, Tim. It's fucking highway. I walk outside the hotel. I'm like, how the fuck am I getting to the dispensary? Tim, I shit you not. If someone's good at animating this, get ready. It's me on the phone, like, how do I get fucking cars past me? How do I get? And I fucking chicken my way. I chicken my way through fucking highway, through cars, through an intersection to get to a dispensary.
That's a little video game I used to play called Frogger, my friend. You put your life on the line for that.
I played Frogger to a fucking dispensary, and in my head I'm saying, the shit I'll fucking do. The shit I'll do for weed. The shit I'm fucking bundle fucking cars. I'm like, the shit I'll do. Holy shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna die before the wedding. Holy shit.
But you enjoyed it.
I get there, and I'm not gonna lie, the fucking half-gram cart was shit. I mean, it did its job for like 24 hours. The half-gram fucking died out in 24 hours. I mean, like, it was supposed to, I mean, a half-gram, I was looking to chief the fuck out of it the whole entire trip. I was there for, what, 2 days, a whole day and a night, and I was fucking ready to chief the whole thing up to the airport. The thing ran out the morning of your wedding.
Maybe you're more powerful than you realize. Maybe your weed smoking powers are stronger than you think.
Oh, I mean, I don't like speaking like this about myself in general, like good about myself, because I hated that kid on the baseball team that would talk about him and how his fucking father was the coach and he's the best pitcher, he's the best
biggest dick on the team.
I always hated that kid. So that's why I always made it my being to never act like my shit don't stink. So that's why I never say, you know, oh, fuck, bro, I got this fucking fire, bro. I fucking smoked this mad fucking gas, bro. I never act like that as a fucking weed smoker. Ever.
Neither do I, because that is cringe.
Ever. And I never try to say that, like he said, I don't think I'm underestimating my powers as a weed smoker. I sincerely, heavily think that, like that weed I was scared to smoke in Vegas because it was like fucking 30% THC. I think I could have smoked that with no problem, and I was just a pussy. I really do, and that's why I'm so mad to this day that I threw out a fucking eighth for no fucking reason.
So you threw out the eighth on the wedding trip, not the Vegas trip.
No, in Vegas. But in terms of like, that's why I ran out of the fucking pen in probably 24 hours. So I probably chiefed the fuck out of that shit, and that pen was like, who are we dealing with here?
Yeah. Those things aren't really built to last, honestly. They're kind of like not a scam, but they are not really worth your full, depending on how much you pay, obviously. But like for $40 for one of those, or like $30 for one of those,
it's like, it was like fucking $40 for a half gram fucking that lasted me a night. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's absolutely not worth it. But you can find better deals, obviously. I don't know where you went. I'm not familiar with that area at all, to be honest, so beats me.
How about you and Rabbit do the normal podcast, which that's saying something about that podcast being normal. But how about you guys do that how about you guys do that podcast and you and me start a weed podcast?
Yeah, let's do that, dude. Let's I don't know how long I'm going to smoke weed in my life.
Tim said that with such a fucking no. Yeah,
I don't know if I could talk about weed for multiple episodes.
No, I mean, I already made the channel, the art, it's happening. So.
Oh, so I have no choice.
No, so yeah. Before you go, because I don't want to keep you any longer. I know we had a nice pit stains. Look at that.
I was gonna say that. I saw that in the little camera corner.
Nice.
Can we get the other audio bit? You know which one I'm talking about.
I don't wanna. I have a couple more questions to ask you before we go, if you don't mind, because I like you as a person, sexually, spiritually, physically,
emotionally, and mentally.
Just don't cut me off ever again. Emotionally, spiritually, and yeah. Breakfast for dinner?
No. I don't even eat regular breakfast. What about you?
No. Eggs make me explode, and sweets too much in the beginning of the day make me crash, you know. Star Wars, the OG Star Wars or the prequels?
I have not watched Star Wars in its entirety. I've watched bits and pieces of it long ago, so I've really no recollection of Star Wars, to be completely honest.
Basketball or football?
Oh, that's so tough, actually. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with. Are you just talking in general? We're not talking like playing, watching. Are we separating those? Because I like watching football more.
I mean, just answer the fucking question. But I mean,
football.
Okay. Red or blue?
Blue, easily.
Okay. Life or death?
Death.
And what is your social security number?